Yo. I'm back, chat. Let me see. Yo. When I was a child, I thought as a child, understood as a child, even behaved as a child. But when I became a man, I put away childish things. But not today on Paul's Cast podcast, where we about to get into some politics and some crime, laws being changed, moving around. FBI about to start moving around. You know how the FBI used to be in the hood like that, and for only like when something happened. But now they about to be in the hood like motherfucking city boys. President about to distribute about 1,500 federal agents throughout the states of United States of America and all that. So shit, they about to just be out here working, man. They said they tired. They about the home was the homestead home place. Home base is like DC and all that. They said there ain't no really no crime like it's crime, but ain't no crime like that going down in DC. It's like more junky shit. So they said they about to start spreading them niggas all around United States, and they ain't playing. They is not playing. But we about to do a whole bunch today. Let me turn my phone down. We about to be jumping all around the internet. After we do the politics, then we gonna get on the relationship stuff, whatever y'all want to talk about, all that negative stuff that y'all like to talk about. I just came back, had to get the kids some pizza, feed them and all that. Now they don't ran back outside. Let's see what the Feds talking about. They said they about to start belt to assing people out this motherfucker. They about to start belt to assing out here. Listen.
Law enforcement, and it was, and it will be again very soon. But when the likes of Comey and McCabe and Strzok and company came in here with the James Bakers of the world and intentionally lied to a federal court only to rig a presidential election by lying to the American public and using taxpayer dollars, likely illegally, to fund this entire operation, and then withhold exculpatory information from a federal court that I used to appear before to manhunt terrorists, that's what broke the FBI. And then when they were caught, they lied about it. And you and a few others like Dan.
Remember this, he started off not fucking with the president. I remember him. He won't fuck with the president because he ain't trying to release the Epstein files and stuff like that. President got smart. He like, come work for me. How about you come work for me? I up your budget, all that stuff. Now that nigga goddamn on the president dick. I'm talking about on the president dick, swinging ball to ball. Goddamn, like let's get these immigrants and all that.
And others were brave enough to cover it 6, 7, 8 years ago. And we're still talking about it today because as Congress is working rigorously with us, the Crossfire Hurricane documents are coming fast and hard, and they're being sent there unredacted so we can have full accountability. And that's how you restore what the trust that was lost to the American public when it comes to the FBI.
Yeah, but come on, Director, with all due respect, we've been talking about this for a long time, and I've been demanding accountability for many, many years. You mentioned Comey, Strzok, and the rest. They've got TV shows. They've got media platforms. They're fine. There's been no accountability.
Well, look, it's a fair criticism, but what I will tell people is we weren't here in the FBI in the last 5 years when we had statute of limitations that were still in play, where we could have investigated criminal conduct. Most of these statute of limitations are 5 years old. And we will investigate criminal conduct where we find a righteous case to do so, and the law and the facts allow us to. But a lot of it we're precluded from. So we'll take the criticism, and it's rightfully so. That could we have done more in the past? Sure, people before us could have. But what we can do now is continue to put out the documents and the information that these people withheld from the American public. And I'm just telling you right now, as much as we know about Crossfire Hurricane, he and I just found out more last week. And we're continuing to work with Congress to put those documents out. That's how vindictive and vicious the former leadership structure here was. Not only did they bastardize the FISA process and lie to the American public, they withheld and hid documentation and put it in rooms where people weren't supposed to look. And it's a good thing we're here now to clean it up, and you're about to see a wave of transparency.
What do you mean?
Just give us about a week or two.
Damn.
Okay. Well, I can tell you right now that the judge that gave a smack on the wrist on the one agent that lied and, misled the American people, that's the same judge who's back and stopping Donald Trump from doing things, isn't it? Judge Boasberg?
Yeah, I just got to push back. Listen, we've been here 2 months. He's been here a couple more weeks than that. I mean, we've been here 2 months. You're dealing with a 38,000 member organization and an approximately $12 billion budget.
Fair point.
Where
he was fired just 3 weeks before he was set to retire.
And now he's becoming an industry whistleblower. Kate Jennings has the story.
30 years.
This man was fired after 30 years of loyalty. Now,
to expect us in 2 months to dig up what was a 8-year, maybe longer, multi-year politicized investigation with multiple layers of processes, from Woods procedures being just thrown in the garbage can and flushed down the toilet bowl, to multiple layers of accountability where people lied and obfuscated. I'm not asking you to trust me. You want this done right or you want it done quickly? Because you can't have it both ways. You want it done quickly, we'll do it. And you know what'll happen? Just what happened last time. Those same Spygate collusion perpetrators sued the government, got money, got all this shit. You want that? We'll do it. We'll do it quickly and do it wrong.
But are you saying you found things that even you didn't know about? I mean, you were at the core of this.
Yes. I was the lead Russiagate investigator for the House Intelligence Committee. And I've been on both your shows in a prior life talking about it. And I'm telling you and the American public that we have now found material and information and people who wanted to hide it from the world since we got in these seats. And we, as the deputy said, we are trying to do it in a fashion where not only are we informing the American public of what happened, but we can have accountability for it. And that takes a little bit more time. And when you layer on the fact that we are rolling out.
I hear my kids crying, Chad. I hear them crying. Got me my little baby.
Out our priorities on.
I'm going to wait till he come in here to me. So if he come here crying, y'all, don't mind.
Violent crime and defending the homeland. We're running a 3-part animal here, and we're going 100 miles an hour on each single one.
So important. It's just...
I want to add to that too, because what the director's saying is right. You got to remember, we come in the morning, there's a portfolio of 100 level 10 items. If it's a level 9, which is a pretty big freaking deal, someone else fixed it. The only thing that gets to my desk or his is a level 10. That's the entire day. Look at his schedule any given day. I'll show you the palm card I have. It is filled from 7:30 to he leaves 7 at night, 6:30 at night. It's filled all day. We just can't focus on one thing. You want New York to go boom? DC to go boom? You want an OC organization to go hack into some cyber network and crack all of Fox News's holdings? We're dealing with all that stuff too. Everything's a priority. Everything's a priority. This is one of many things we're doing. It's not an excuse. It's just reality.
Now, the Democrats are turning on you, right? I mean, I saw your hearing the other day, and critics have accused you of using the FBI to target political enemies. So set the record straight. You wrote an entire book about it, Government Gangsters. Tell us, how do you respond to the attacks?
Very simply, the FBI's prior leadership left us an institution, that is a police force for America and the world, that allowed a fentanyl overdose to occur and kill an American citizen every 7 minutes. That.
Y'all, Chad, my son, get your tablet. You don't want it? You going back outside? You better go sit down and watch TV. Don't go outside since you want to cry.
Prior FBI's leadership, Comey, McCabe, left us an FBI that allowed for a woman or child to be raped every 6.5 minutes in this country. That same.
We don't miss all that. Hold up, y'all.
Everything's a priority. Everything's a priority. This is one of many things we're doing. It's not an excuse. It's just reality.
Now, the Democrats are turning on you, right? I mean, I saw your hearing the other day, and critics have accused you of using the FBI to target political enemies. So set the record straight. You wrote an entire book about it, Government Gangsters. Tell us, how do you respond to the attacks?
Very simply, the FBI's prior leadership left us an institution, that is a police force for America and the world, that allowed a fentanyl overdose to occur and kill an American citizen every 7 minutes. That prior FBI's leadership, Comey, McCabe, left us an FBI that allowed for a woman or child to be raped every 6.5 minutes in this country. That same leadership structure left us an FBI that permitted a man or woman to be killed twice an hour in this country. That's our response to them. When I go to Congress and I go to the Hill, I say, hey, I'm not policing your neighborhood because it's a Republican or Democratic. I'm asking you for help on what your priorities are and what your resources needs are and where you need training, and we're going to send them to you. That's why we're putting 1,500 FBI employees into the field and outside of Washington, D.C. Now, if the Democrats want to play politics with that, they're the elected officials. They get to say what they want. But yelling at me and Bongino, we could take it all day long.
I don't even understand why. Why did they do that? I mean, why put the FBI and its reputation at risk? Well, it was just to win an election? Why?
Because they're weak. Because they're weak. I hate weak people. I can't stand it. They didn't have. We're on TV.
Chat. That nigga ain't playing with him. This nigga ain't playing, chat. So they weak. I hate them. He said they weak. Oh, what did he say?
Just to win an election? Why?
Because they're weak. Because they're weak. I hate weak people. I can't stand it. They didn't have. We're on TV, so I already said BS once. But they didn't have the guts.
He said we're on TV. I told y'all he ready to go in.
The courage or the character to do the right thing. They did the easy thing. Donald Trump became a convenient political football. They thought they could leverage. They thought they thought with the media on their side that they'd get away with it.
I know that there are cells, drug trafficking cells and human trafficking cells. How significant is this in America?
It's everywhere. I mean, when you open up the border, look, that's not a political statement. The border was open for 4 years. So what happens is crime metastasizes. What happens is you have hundreds of thousands of illegals come across, and a bunch of them are really bad criminals. Not all of them, but a bunch of them. And then they nest into societies. And this is why we're rolling out Mexican street gang task forces across the country, because it's not the international gangs that are just the problem. It's these inner city gangs that exist in 1 or 2 towns here and there and have metastasized and taken over the drug trade, the sex trafficking trade, the child forced labor trade, and the gang trade. They are all in, and no one has been focusing on them because our cities and our elected leadership has allowed them to live without being policed. But that's over now that Dan and I are in the seat.
This is so scary. What do you want to say to families out there, mothers who are afraid for their young girls that they may get taken?
Shots fired, chat. Shots fired.
Why don't you own apartment buildings? Seriously, why don't you own these big apartment buildings? And I get it.
I want to put everyone at ease watching this today. There is, I hate cliches, but there really is a new sheriff in town. His name's Donald J. Trump. This administration, in conjunction with General Bondi and our director, Kash Patel, I am in the briefing, Maria, with the 5 of us, Emil, the PDAG, Todd, the DAG, AG, Kash, and me, every morning over at DOJ. The attitude every morning from the president on down, he, the president of the United States, wants this FBI to be able to, in 1 month, 6 months.
They said they better start. They said they better start putting feds in every state. They tripping. They said they better start putting feds in every fucking state. The niggas out here tripping, y'all. I gotta tell my mans right here. I got to pipe down.
Once a year or 2 years, wants to be able to get out in front of the American people and say, your lives are noticeably different. He doesn't want fairy tales, Aesop's fables. He doesn't want any of that stuff. He wants people to be able to touch it and feel it. I don't care if you're in Stewart, Florida or Harlem, New York. He wants you to walk outside and say, wow, my neighborhood does look different.
Where are the biggest cells in the country? And how does it work? Are there spotters? How does it work?
It's based on a variety of factors. So when it comes to trafficking, you got to look at the interstate system and look at the intersections of the interstate system running through the Midwest and across the country. Then you just got to look for hard evidence. I didn't know this till my confirmation process, but Memphis, Tennessee is the homicide capital of America per capita. Didn't know that. We have a problem there. We're now addressing it. We're rolling out one of our task forces in the state of Tennessee. But we also know that Ohio possesses the roadway system where the trafficking is through the roof just because of the interstate. So you have to get out there in the field, not just let the FBI agents and intel folks get out there and do the work, but partner with state and local law enforcement, which is a priority, and tribal law enforcement. That's a big, big deal for us. We are not forgetting about Indian country. They suffer from the same violent crime that we do in the rest of America, and we're going to help them. And that's how you learn the ground-based level facts that you need to deploy our assets. We're not coming up with anything fancy. We're just attacking the problem, but we're smart enough to go after the information and say, that's where the problem is because you told us it's there. Now we know we're going.
That's interesting. What about the big cities? I mean, we've heard about Tren de Aragua being in New York City.
Yeah, we're about to ruin your summer if you're a bad guy. So I'm just warning you now, like, don't buy movie tickets because you're probably not going to cash them in. So the director and I put something together in conjunction with our DOJ partners, General Bondi and Dag Blanche, actually this morning. And if you're a violent criminal, this FBI under our leadership, we don't care who gets the credit. All we care about is making your streets safer, actually safer.
Coming up, the assassination attempts on President Trump's life. Why don't we know more today, more than a year later, as we continue our exclusive from the FBI? Welcome back. President Trump is proposing spending cuts across most federal agencies, including the FBI. As we continue our exclusive interview, FBI Director Kash Patel told me the FBI's real estate portfolio is about to shrink dramatically, but the mission will not change. I want to get to a few specifics, and I know you can't talk about any active investigation, so and our viewers understand that. But how come we don't have more information on the assassination attempts on President Trump?
There's two reasons, two open, ongoing prosecutions. So 2 of the investigations are obviously closed because the individuals are dead, but there's 2 live prosecutions. And so we can't get ahead of the federal court case. A lot of that information will come out in the federal court cases, but we have personally invested our time in making sure that we have looked at any possible international connections to terrorism and adversaries alike. And we've both been down to Quantico. We've both done the laboratory testing. We've both seen the explosives analysis. We've both seen the firearm and physically held it. We are all in on these investigations.
Are we going to be surprised at what you learned?
You know what, Maria? Kash is not kidding. We've been personally briefed extensively on every single detail, nugget, tendril of this case. One is actively in court right now. So out of respect for the case, it's probably more appropriate that I stay quiet on that. However,
I forgot my son got speech class. I gotta make sure we get hooked up to the shit called? To his class thing.
Ever.
Mojo.
I'm not going to tell people what they want to hear. I'm going to tell you the truth. And whether you like it or not is up to you. If there was a big explosive there, right? Given my history as a Secret Service agent and my personal friendship as a director does with the president, give me one logical, sensible reason we would not have. If you can think of one, there isn't. In some of these cases, the there you're looking for is not there. And I know people, I get it. I understand. It's not there. If it was there, we would have told you.
Well, the other issue that's been talked about recently is this
I got to get my son from outside, Chad. Hold on.
Mortgage fraud and the FBI opening a formal case against Letitia James.
So again, ongoing cases, and we take our
I would never buy cannabis online. I have my son buy it for me.
When are you getting your computer fixed?
What is a computer?
Since not everyone is a total stoner like my husband,
Guilty.
Mood takes the guesswork out of cannabis, so you know exactly how you're going to feel. Whether you're a gone guru or just trying it for the first time, click on the mood you want to feel and then go for it.
Yes, 50 milligrams.
Want to relax after work? There's a mood for that.
Want to feel energized? There's a mood for that.
I found mood after my hip replacement.
I only wish Dad was here to share these with us.
Yeah, but he's a pre-roll guy.
There's even a mood for getting in the mood. Not now, honey. I'm making you a sister. Mood is legal cannabis and ships right to your door.
Woohoo! Click here for 20% off your first order.
With Mood, you don't need to leave home to get away.
Want to drive your game to new heights? Right now, get an amazing 80% off Athletics Dawn Collection. Designed to help you stay on course from tee to green. With moisture-winking fabrics and a perfect fit, these clothes follow through with your every move. The flexibility and comfort keep you swinging smooth. Stay cool, stay sharp, and stay on par with Athletics Dawn Collection. The only thing better than the price? Your game. Grab it while you can. 80% off your entire order when you sign up as a new VIP. Only at theathletics.com.
Ongoing investigations very seriously because we don't want to do what our predecessors did, which is talk about them ad infinitum in the public and then nothing happens. This case, I can tell you, is being handled by our professional pros who are subject matter experts reporting directly to headquarters, which reports to Dan and I. This case, along with others, because it is a case of great public importance. And unlike other leaders who previously sat in these seats, we don't prejudge any case. We don't care what party elected you to what. It doesn't matter to us. It's irrelevant. If you broke the law, we are going to find out and we are going to investigate you. And then we are going to discuss that matter with the Department of Justice. And this is one of the things that, if your viewers take away nothing else from this interview, the FBI does not make prosecutorial decisions. You asked in the beginning how the FBI was weaponized. Well, the FBI hijacked the constitutional responsibility of the Department of Justice and the Attorney General, and James Comey and others specifically decided what cases to prosecute and not prosecute. Don't believe me? Go to the videotape in the Hillary Clinton investigation. We don't decide prosecutions, and neither does any agent or intel analyst. We have great partners under General Bondi. We work with them and discuss the matter with them, but the prosecutorial decision is with them.
So is there a directive now to focus on fighting real crime, look at illegal migration, look at the sex trafficking, and scale back on the white collar business type crime?
I don't want to say that we were going to, quote unquote, scale back. What we do is we look at the intelligence and we rely on our 36,000 employees to say, this is where stuff's going wrong. But right now, the reality of where stuff's going wrong more than counterterrorism, which is my wheelhouse and my background, is the narcotics industry and the sex trafficking industry. So there's more and more resources put on that and on the removal proceedings, which we're working with our partners at DHS on. That's just the reality today. But that's not to say we're forgetting about white collar crime and counterterrorism.
That's what you said. You said if you're hurting a child, taking away a child's innocence, we're coming for you.
Yeah, we had knock at the door. It's on Amazon. That's going to be us. This is a huge job. And Maria, not only does it destroy innocence, I said to everyone in the room, say week 2 or 3, when Cash and I put Restoring Justice together to go get these mutts off the street, these kiddie pornographers and these animals, right? I said to everyone in the room, I said, you know why it's going to matter to America? Because everyone in the room is a child or a parent, right? There's no immaculate conceptions here, right? I love Jesus, but there's no one in the room, right? I said, this matters. And not only that, it creates generational crime because abused kids then become abusers in a lot of these cases. I said, we have a chance right now. I said, we got to go make their lives painful, these bad guys. And we went and we locked up in a month, 400? We saved 115 kids. And you haven't even seen the beginning because those 400, a lot of them are talking. And when you log onto that network next, you have no idea what we're doing. You think you're safe in your dark web? I promise you are absolutely not safe. You have no idea what we can do.
Are you seeing an increase in the number of potential agents wanting to come in and work with you?
Look, the FBI is 38,000 when we're fully manned, which we're not.
Yeah. She just came in. Mommy on the phone, dudes. I never like the same ones I got from last year. Yeah, I was gonna get us some different ones. Cause that's the ones I got. I'm glad I didn't get those.
That's not being bad. That's not being bad.
Yeah. Go talk to Mama.
And have like the other name of glasses over there. Over
Okay,
there.
can't see.
Huh?
Talk to Mama.
Hey, Mommy. Oh, baby.
What?
Why you do that?
What he do? What he do?
I said he like just need glasses.
Why you? Who glasses?
Huh?
Who glasses? That girl across the street?
Yeah.
Why you break her glasses? Come here. He did it on purpose? See what I'm talking? See what I gotta do with? See what I gotta do with Chet? Go lay down. Go in the room.
Yeah, Mama. What?
Anyway.
It's glistening.
Get out. This is what I gotta deal with, Chad. This is why y'all only see me like this. You see.
In the National Capital Region, in the 50-mile radius around Washington, D.C., there were 11,000 FBI employees. That's like a third of the workforce. A third of the crime doesn't happen here. So we're taking 1,500 of those folks and moving them out. Every state's getting a plus up. And I think when we do things like that, we inspire folks in America to become intel analysts and agents and say, we want to go work at the FBI because we want to go fight violent crime and we want to get sent out into the country to do it. And that's what we're doing in the next 3, 6, 9 months. We're going to do that hard. And, you know, I didn't know that I was going to do this, but I'm going to announce it on your show anyway. This FBI is leaving the Hoover building because this building is unsafe for our workforce. And we want the workforce.
You just gave up a big nugget.
We want the American men and women to know, if you're going to come work at the premier law enforcement agency in the world, we're going to give you a building that's commensurate with that. And that's.
Chad, all they trying to say is get your shit together. Get your shit together. Crime doesn't pay no more. You know, before crime used to pay. But crime don't pay no more, y'all. It feels good just to work a 9 to 5. Do what you're supposed to do. Come home. To your irritating kids. You got a wife, you know, that's an even more blessing. Come home to some cooked food and just relax, man. Just stay out the streets. Because there's nothing in the streets but drama, PDFs. There's nothing out there, man. There's nothing in the streets, y'all. Shit crazy. It's crazy out here.
It's not this place.
I mean, the Trump administration has proposed a $500 million cut to the FBI's funding for 2026. How are you going to maintain the effectiveness if you don't have the resources?
We got to get smart and stop wasting money. We got to stop.
The savings are sizzling at Fayetteville Kia during our summertime sales event.
You better say some real shit, Chad.
Thinking up fantasies in Maryland and building $5 billion new buildings. We have people who are able to do the job on the budgets we're given. And we are going to work with the president and his team because he and his team know they have to budget for an entire government. I just got to worry about one agency. So does he. Yeah. And their job is 10 times harder than ours. They have to say, DOD's got to get this. What about DOT? What about Justice and Marshals? And what about Treasury? So we know that they are smartly putting together a budget. And we also know that there's ramifications from people here that weaponize this place and a cost to that. We're always going to fight for our personnel and for as much money as we can get. But I think when we show you real-time examples of getting out of places like this, because just to fix this building would cost billions of dollars only for a couple of years of runway, it shows you that we're serious about saving and being good stewards of the taxpayer dollars and hiring more agents instead of building new buildings.
So what are your colleagues saying about this, that you're going to get out of the Hoover building?
Well, he's a man of his word. I mean, he said that he was interested in shutting down Hoover, and I don't think people took him seriously. And it's been 2 months, and I think it's good that he broke it on your show, because me and him were on the tour yesterday of an alternate facility where the building we're looking at, and everyone was taking pictures, and they knew something was up because me and him were there. So that's good. You guys got it first. But Cash could have made a pretty easy decision, which is go up to Congress and say, hey, you know what? We're going to go back and ask for this $1 billion new facility. And you know what he said? He said, go find us a place already up and running. We can go in. It's going to need some upgrades.
Yep, live on YouTube. They talking about putting federal agents everywhere in every state.
That's the part that he broke.
He broke the girl glasses.
Yeah.
Look, Chad, you done broke the girl glasses next door.
Who did? Your brother?
My son.
Yeah, get Cash.
Cash did?
How you did? You stepped on him?
He was bouncing, and then her glasses fell off her eye, and he was bouncing where the glasses were out. And had his head up.
Yeah, another one?
Huh?
All right.
No, a little bit more.
And had his head up.
You had the head up. What that mean?
Like this?
Oh.
Oh, so it was an accident.
Oh.
So why y'all bring it to me for? What she
Because
do?
the mama said it. Mama on the front porch.
Oh, they brought it to me.
Grandma was inside sleeping.
She what?
The grandma was inside.
Upgrades, skiffs where we can talk, safes, that kind of thing. Obviously, some security upgrades in the front. We are saving the taxpayer a fortune.
So you're going to move 1,000 employees from Washington to field offices across the country?
1,500.
1,500.
We are already launched that plan, and we've looked at.
They're going to Alabama?
Well, so Redstone Arsenal is one of the crown jewels of the FBI, and it's on a military campus of 38,000 acres in Huntsville, Alabama. And the FBI built 5 new buildings there, and a kinetic cyber training facility, a long-range facility, our terrorism explosive device centers there. So when you go and you want to become a new FBI agent, we send you to Quantico. When you're in the job for a couple of years and you need advanced training, you go to Huntsville. And because we've had new buildings and new structures already there, we need our outdated facilities and personnel to move to Huntsville, where the training has been set up for them, and fill those seats. We don't need to build new buildings elsewhere. So a chunk of them are going there because it's essentially headquarters too, for lack of a better word. But the rest of the folks, we've looked at the map and we said, where are the worst crime spots in America? That's how we're choosing where the agents and intel folks go. Then our leaders in the field are working with state, local, and tribal leaders to say, hey, we've got a serious problem on Navajo, or we've got a big deal going on outside of Chicago. Those agents and intel analysts are going there at their direction based on ground level intelligence. You want to make your promotions, go make cases in the field, and you're getting promoted under this leadership structure. You don't have to come to Washington. One of the biggest cost saving things we did was we ended this TDY boondoggle to DC that has been institutionalized by prior leadership, mandating you come here. And here's the kicker. Not only do you get your salary, you get a per diem TDY for your entire 18-month tour. That's over.
Damn.
Next up.
Damn, Chad. Goddamn. You see what I got going on? Everybody just be coming to me about shit. I tell you, I got glasses broke. Y'all see the glasses, somebody else's glasses broke. Hope you don't think I'm about to pay for that shit. It wasn't even outside. It was my child, but it wasn't on my property. And the girl out there jumping on the trampoline with her glasses with my son. My shit, they kids. Take your glasses off. You can't jump and see. You don't need to see and jump. I mean, what else going on the internet, man? Because I don't feel like going outside and talking to them people. What else going on out here? Y'all want to get straight into the drama, don't y'all? Hold on, let's talk about this Dolph. Rest in peace, Dolph, man. We gotta see what's going on with Dolph. See what's going on with Dolph. Shout out my nigga in Houston. Shout out.
Or where the key? He doesn't know about any of that stuff. So tell me how, Mr. Govan.
Shout out to Urban Politics, my nigga out in Houston doing this thing. Y'all go check his page out. Shout out to my nigga.
And got into the car, and how he did it so beautifully, being dumb enough to take the murder car of one of the most famous people and say, let's just park it across the street, and then somehow magically wiped his friend's DNA, hair, anything out of that car while he's looking for the phone. You know why that is? Because he didn't do it. What you're going to hear from Treon Ingram is Treon Ingram, when he stole the car, left his backpack, his wallet, and some other things in the car. And he had Justin Johnson go get them. And you cherry pick the evidence that you want to tell you, and then have the cameras rolling on high-profile case to pressure you to commit a verdict of guilty. It's patently unfair. And just because he's a nobody and doesn't have money like Gotti or Joe, his brother, who was never even questioned or charged, he's the fall guy in all this stuff. He didn't do anything. Even if you believe Cornelius, all he says is, I just happened to show up there, and he said, hey, it's a little seat. Joke took over and started doing all the talking. Do you think that man could pay somebody $100,000 and you'd say, yeah, he's good for it. I don't need any validation. He's good for it.
Damn, go paper out, woo. Justin and went back and told Quick that me and Bobby so-called messed it up or whatever. So, you know, Quick was like, y'all had y'all masks on. Justin and told him we ain't have our masks on. I ain't have my mask on.
Govan knew that this was going on, and he asked
Right,
you to have
he
a
the one
mask.
gave me the gun to go out there.
He asked that you have a mask on.
Right, he asked me. And he was saying, like, Justin was telling him that we messed it up or whatever, and that's when Bob was like, he ain't doing nothing with nobody, he ain't getting involved in it or whatever, because we believe everything Justin them say, and, you know, at that time, we basically were telling me, like, you were Johnson and you were Justin them, and you know what I'm saying, handle the business, you want to get this money.
Niggas just be mumbling. Y'all hear this shit? Niggas just be mumbling. Know what I'm saying? Like, what, nigga?
And Bobby acting like he acting.
Niggas doing a lot of snitching, a lot of mumbling to be snitching, a lot of snitching to be mumbling. Like, niggas can't even talk. Be wanting to talk like a motherfucker. Rest in peace to my nigga Dolph.
I don't know what you said.
Since Bobby acting like he acting, he told me to
Hey, look, they ain't even hear what the nigga said. We want it. They like, what you say?
I don't know what you said.
Since Bobby acting like he acting, he told me to get with Justin and them, you know, since Bobby.
Govan told you to get with Justin?
Yeah, Quick told me to get with Justin.
Okay. And what reason was he telling you to get with Justin?
So we could find one of the any artists to get this money, you know. And
said, why you get with Justin? So we could found one of the straps. So we could found one of the straps. So we could found one of the straps. These niggas is retarded, y'all. Chat, these niggas is retarded.
So, what would Govan gain out of you all getting a bounty or a hit on one of the paper routes?
He was getting a cut out of it. You know, he supposed to got $10,000 for me.
No matter who you hit or if it was.
Nah, young dog, he supposed to get $10,000. I did $100,000. I did $50,000. I was getting, he was getting $10,000.
So throughout the summer, going into the fall, did you and Justin and Govan ever meet?
Yeah, we'll meet up over Quick House.
He is the accused mastermind behind the murder of Memphis rapper Young Dolph. Action News 5's Imani Williams was in the court.
Hernandez Govan's trial. The court heard from 3 witnesses: Memphis rapper Young Dolph's sister, his security guard, and Cornelius Smith, the man who admits to being one of 2 shooters who killed Dolph in November 2021. Prosecutors say Govan was the mastermind behind the murder. Manny Aurora, Govan's attorney, says that is not true.
Nobody communicated with Govan for weeks prior to this. They didn't talk to him that morning. He didn't help him get the car. He didn't help him escape. He didn't tell him what to do. He didn't tell him where to go. He didn't do anything. It was a spontaneous issue between 2 young men that morning.
Smith says Govan was the point of contact before and after the murder was done. He said Govan told him about a hit on young Dolph for $100,000 so he could make some extra money.
He mentioned the prices on, who had 50 on his head. Young Dolph had 100 on his head. Somebody had 5 on their head, 10 on their head. He mentioned the prices.
The bounty came from tension between Young Dolph's record label, Paper Route Empire, and rapper Yo Gotti's record label, Cocaine Music Group, tensions that were years in the making. The prosecution says Govan was a vital part of the plan, noting the car involved in the murder was found near his home days later.
Hide the white Mercedes. To hide.
Stupid ass niggas. Niggas be dumb. Y'all remember about the case a couple years ago? They found that white Mercedes Benz right next to the old boy house in somebody's backyard. Like right on the street, the same street. I'm like, these niggas is retarded. These niggas is retarded, Chad.
Hide the murder car that was parked directly across the street from his own home. Not only that, but the day before Cornelius Smith was arrested, he ran into Govan. Govan was concerned. Govan was worried.
Aurora questioned that plan.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it, just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44, a complete AI creation.
They left the car across the street from Govan's house in the middle of the street, in front of the street. So if there's some master plan, that may be one of the dumbest plans you could possibly have if you're going to kill the most important person, the most famous person in Memphis.
Day 2 of the trial begins on Tuesday. We expect more witnesses to take the stand. Govan is facing a first-degree murder charge and a conspiracy to commit charge. Reporting in downtown Memphis.
Yo, it's Big Ant, the spokesman, man. We back. Another edition of Urban Politicians TV, UPTV. Make sure you stay on your pivot. At all times, man. Had to come tap in. And first and foremost, I do want to send condolences to young Dolph entire family with this trial coming back up. Them having to relive this moment again. Somebody that they cared and loved about the whole.
Chad, they try to tell. I'm like, what you tell? I said, what you coming to me about it for? I said, what sense do it make to jump on the trampoline with your glasses be all falling off your face anyway with little kids? I said, I don't got nothing to do with me. I said, y'all ain't jumping on my trampoline. First of all, y'all ain't knowing my property. Y'all ain't jumping on my trampoline. Y'all is over in the next door neighbor's trampoline by your house with your glasses. Nigga, that's your fault. If anybody else would took their glasses off before they got on the trampoline, y'all take y'all shoes off before y'all get on the trampoline. Y'all take everything else valuable off before y'all jump on the trampoline. Why the hell you ain't take your glasses off? Shit. You gotta see where you gotta. If you gotta see where you gotta jump, you don't need to be jumping.
Paper route team, anybody that was close to him, dealt with him on the day to
I need this jacket, dog. I swear to God, that shit hard as hell.
day, who is still going through with that loss. His kids, most definitely. God bless young Dolph's soul and may he rest in peace. And I had a links in the description where you can watch the clips in the beginning in full from Action 5 and also Byron Blake YouTube channel as I was watching this court case live through bits and pieces yesterday. And I saw his video drop and I said, man, he came to the same understanding that I came from when I watched Byron Blake video. Then I was like, is they saying that, you know, just keeping it 100. I'm not the expert. I don't know what's what. I know legal matters work differently in court. Seems like they just throwing everything on Jook, and that's the defense mechanism saying, hey, he's the fall guy. He didn't have the 100,000. Everybody's just throwing things on him. This is up with the CMG situation. Now, this is what he's saying directly in court.
That's why Yo Gotti smarter than these niggas. I'm not about to be in the same room with y'all niggas. I'm not about to be even talking. Don't even bring that shit up on my phone. Don't want to hear a nigga mouth on my phone calls and none of that shit. Yo Gotti had to get rid of his bitch because he was like, man, just in case the heat come down on me, I don't want you involved in this shit and none of that shit. This shit crazy. Man. And then his brother, you know, you got them brothers, you got them friends that just ain't good for you, so you try to stay away from them, regardless if they family or not. You be like, man, I ain't fucking with this nigga. You know, your brother might be a scammer or something. You don't want him around your other friends or whatnot. Then you get into some shit. Yo Gotti probably was like, man, I'm not going down for your bullshit. Pop, bop, get the nigga whacked off. Get the nigga whacked off.
As y'all seen right there, y'all selves. And I'm going to get into a little bit of this updated write-up from the day in just a second. But when you hear that, it's like, I don't know what's what here. It just looked crazy. And then we in a crazy spot in this game when we see these courts live in real time. And he even spoke on that. Oh, y'all using the court system for dynamics. And he just accusing them, hey, you know, prosecutors, y'all using the court system. Y'all using the way that y'all painting it out that he did this and that. As he is saying he is innocent and he didn't have nothing to do with this. Well, Cornelius Smith and straight drop as they went to trial last year. They went straight drop with the trial. Cornelius Smith could testify against him as well. Said they did him dirty. That Hernandez Govan was supposed to get 10,000 off of each of they.
Y'all know they about to fuck these niggas up in jail. Y'all understand, y'all don't understand, man. Dolph did a lot for a lot of people. Yo Gotti do a lot for a lot of people, but they about to fuck these niggas up in jail.
50, which would mean he would get 20 out of the 100,000, facilitating it, putting it together. As you heard right there, he said, hey, man, he gave me a gun. He's the one that orchestrated it for us in this situation. But they hid the car across the street from his house. Now, the defense is saying, hey, man, nah, bro. They did that being careless. How was he a mastermind? What type of master plan would that be? But I'll tell you like this, bro. To carry out a murder and doing it with people that you don't really know, first of all, just doing a murder in itself can always take you to another direction. And you're going to be like, hold on, why'd you do that? But when you hear how it plays out, when you hear how dudes didn't really know each other that well, how the money got broke down, they all on camera and stuff, doing it broad daylight, and they had already went for an attempt on Paper Route Wu, said this whole thing was kind of doomed from the start on the outside looking in, just keeping it all the way 100, especially to go after somebody the way that they did as big as young Dolph in this situation. Now, also his girlfriend is testifying today. Cornelius Smith's girlfriend, his sister spoke, and Dolph security spoke as well. But the defense is saying there is no physical evidence that links Hernandez Govan to any of this. We just got to wait and see how it play out in this courtroom. Memphis, Tennessee, day 2 of the trial for Hernandez Govan. The alleged mastermind in the death of rapper Young Dolph began at 9:40 Tuesday morning. The first witness called was the girlfriend of Cornelius Smith.
And how are you familiar, or where have you seen Mr. Gilliam?
Chad, this is the girlfriend of Cornelius Smith. Chad, do this girl got on some damn KDs? Did she got on some KDs and some Charleston white stretchy pants, patch pants shit? Oh my God. With a cast?
Well, a couple of times
Ain't
riding
nothing
with
feminine
Cornelius
about this. Her hands look like a man.
Over whose house?
Over
Ain't
Govan's.
nothing feminine about this woman. I think she kind of fat too. Look at her gut. God damn.
So you and Cornelius Smith would go to Govan's house?
I would ride with him, yes.
Okay. Would you ever go inside?
No,
So how do you know it was Govan's house?
because Cornelius told me.
Did you see Govan outside the home?
Yes,
Okay. Do you know where this home is located?
on Bradley Street.
School is back in session.
And so is your morning routine.
ABC 11 Eyewitness News is helping you get ready.
We're adding up school safety.
Spelling out the latest headlines and mapping out everything from your morning forecast to delays on the road.
ABC 11 Eyewitness News.
Summer is here and you've got places to go.
All good road trips start here. Just make sure you're road ready.
Book your road ready.
Hitting on shit.
On Monday, the trial began with opening statements from state prosecutors who said
your music ain't really hitting on shit. So your kids really bumping your shit all, you know what I'm saying? Your kids bumping your shit all through the house. I'm talking about bumping your rival shit all through the house. You can't even get mad at nothing because if you do, it's hating. It's like, why you mad, Daddy? Why you mad, Uncle? You ain't, you ain't never getting an altercation with a nigga. You just mad because the nigga popping shit or probably fucked your bitch or some shit. Some little petty shit. So, I don't know how niggas deal with that.
Say the case is about choices. The prosecutor said Govan chose two desperate people to kill young Dolph. Justin Johnson, an inspired rapper and Cornelius Smith, who needed money for drugs. She says there was a $100,000 bounty for young Dolph and that Govan would take a $10,000 cut. Govan's defense attorney, Manny Rewara, told the jury that Cornelius Smith, who has been cooperative with prosecutors, isn't a credible source, and that he's trying to protect himself by painting Govan as the fall guy in the case. Three witnesses, young Dolph's sister, his security guard, and Cornelius Smith, were the first three witnesses to take the stand. Must say innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. But the way that the state and the prosecutors is pointing it out, they got these pictures of him and Yo Gotti's brother, most definitely, everything with him. God bless his soul as well. And condolences to their family. It's people that ain't got nothing to do with what happened, that loved him and cared about him also. But with that and them being in that picture together, and then you got people connecting the dots, it all boils down to the jury, bro, because they make the final decision as they put out the jury selection right now. You can see what they selected with it. We don't know these people personally.
They trying to fry this nigga because them black women love Dolph. White women love Dolph. Yeah, boy.
But it's all about what they see. When there's a witness, there's a motive, the motive being money. They can determine that y'all had a relationship. It's on them to decide, hey, without a reasonable doubt, they have an intent for the murder. They have a motive for the murder, but do they have enough to connect the dots? We will have to see. When it came to straight dropping Cornelius being in the car, they was caught on camera up the street afterwards, making phone calls, doing this, doing that. So it pretty much put them deadlocked. Plus, after the fact, straight drop getting with his half brother and his half brother coming and testifying as well as he got him involved in it. That right there pretty much sealed the deal for him. Cornelius is saying, hey, I'm doing this to clear my conscience, man. They did me dirty. They didn't pay me. Afterwards, I only got $800 out of this situation, and he was addicted to drugs. He admitted all that. So it's just a bunch of layers. This is a crazy.
Never seen a crackhead to do a man job. Why you gonna send a crackhead to do something go wrong? He's gonna be the first one to tell. He ain't get his drugs. He got to sit in jail waiting for y'all niggas to bond him out, a lawyer or something. That nigga fiending. Y'all tripping, boy. That's crazy work. That's crazy work, chat. Trust in the crackhead.
Another.
I put my trust in you. You put your trust in the crackhead.
Crazy case get played out in the courtroom. I'm not convicting nobody from the cell phone right now. All I'm gonna do is come give y'all the facts and speak the real. Just one of these situations, man. Gotta avoid these type of conflicts at all costs, these type of situations at all costs, because in the end, everybody take a loss, man. You're gonna be away from your family, you're gonna be away from your loved ones, and you probably gonna say in the end, bro, it ain't worth it. I should be here living, experiencing life, enjoying myself, and doing it and being here for the people that really care and love for me no matter what. But, you know, sometimes you get caught up in these moments. Everybody human. Tell me what y'all think. We got more coming, more videos, all that. 1,000.
For shit show. Stay on your pivot. Shout out to my nigga, man. We doing this thing. Shout out to my nigga and shout out to my nigga, what's his name? Anthony. Anthony from Houston. Urban politics. What else y'all want to get into? What else is going on in the internet? A lot more to cover. That's crazy word. Before we start getting into the crazy shit, police in DC too. We got a woman feeling like the black should harm police. What's going on? Oh, fuck it, y'all. Let's get into it. Let's see what. Let's see why this woman wanted a divorce. Let's see. Hello?
Are you recording?
Yeah. What's wrong? Let's see what's going on in chat. Wifey calling right now.
Okay.
So, let's see what's going on, chat. See what this woman got to say. Why she divorcing her man? Why she leaving her family? I cheated on my husband. Now what? She cheated on her husband. What? She want a divorce? I want my marriage back. Oh, she cheated on her husband. Now she want her marriage back. People, women say it was a mistake to a divorce. Let's see.
Up on my marriage. And I said I was done. And I even kind of stepped out and ventured out into talking to other people and all this. And the cliche is the grass greener? Man, it is not. Can I just tell you that I feel like in general, social media has ruined dating. For the simple fact that if I do something that you disapprove of or that hurts your feelings or you don't like, there's probably 10 other women in your inbox waiting to be spoken to. And 9 times out of 10, you're probably going to reach out because you're angry, upset, bored, don't feel worthy, respected, all those things. And so for me, it's just, I almost want to get off of social media just so my husband doesn't have to worry about things like that. But yeah, just know this, that I will be staying put and I will be fighting for what I promised to God because, there ain't nothing out there.
I was gonna say there's nothing out here. What? Before we see what my nigga AD got to say. See what the fuck I got to say. Me, real player type nigga. I'd be like, bitch, bye. You done for. It's over for you. Burn it. You no second chances. You wanted to see what you wanted to see. You want to go chase waterfalls? Well, let the rivers. What do they say? The rivers and the lakes don't run like they used to. Fuck that. I'm telling you, I would not took her back, Chad. And especially if we had kids and all that. No, I would not took it back. If I would have took it back, it would not have been the same. It would not have been the same. I would have been just like, I would have treated her like the rest. I promise you, I would have too.
There's just not. I mean, stay home, stay where you're at, make your family work.
Make your family work. Oh yeah, make it work.
That's all I
Yeah.
got to say for today on this glorious Sunday.
Septum knows.
But she don't. I can tell she's not sorry. She ain't taking no accountability like that, y'all. She's a high hippie that realized she need to be taken care of, or she honestly do feel bad and she want to just go back home. Either way it goes, I ain't taking the bit back.
Post theory, ring strikes again. Liberal feminism strikes again. Social media, women that are encouraging you to step out there and see what's out there strikes again. She lucky. She's incredibly lucky because she is with a simp. She is with a person that is willing to take her back, and she's still embarrassing him on the internet. Thankfully, because now we have different conversations to have a conversation about. But she's lucky because he's allowing for her, and you know, I'm not going to dig into the identities and all of that stuff or the visualization of what we just witnessed. I'm not going to dig into that. I'm going to dig into what she says, right? Her coming back, being able to have this conversation online, there's going to be a ton of women that are probably quiet inside of the comments because they don't want to be held accountable for their actions. I say it all the time that single women keep women single. You went out there and you realized that the other dude or whoever it was that bust you down and got it for free while you was over there defiling your situation, they didn't care nothing about you. They sent you right back to your man, right back to your husband. They absolutely probably destroyed you and all of that. And you thought that, because a lot of times what happens is women think that there's going to be some savior, some white knight on the other side of them leaving their situation and breaking up their family that want to become a step baby daddy. And obviously she had to step out there and get burned in order to run back into the house. And most women, overwhelmingly, most women don't get the opportunity because even though women are the ones that file for the majority of the divorces, most times men, once they fed up, they fed up. They'll give you
once I'm done, I'm done.
1,000 chances, but you know, once you cross that threshold of 1,001, it just go all the way left. It goes all the way left. And now you see a situation where, you know, a woman is basically saying, listen, I didn't experience it the way that I thought that it was going to be. I didn't know that it was as bad as it was out there. And not only that, when you say stuff online, what you basically do is allow for other women to put the battery in your back because these women are trauma bonding. You allow for other women to put the battery in your back because these women are trauma bonding. They are basically in a situation where they are looking for somebody else to be in the same situation as them so that they can go ahead and rub cooches and, you know, be emotionally connected because women are emotional creatures and most of the decisions that they are making are based off of their emotions, and it's going to go left from there. And so instead of you being wise enough to say, you know what? I built my family with this person and we in a good situation and I don't want to find myself on the streets for the streets and hanging out in the streets and by myself and struggling financially and having to figure out how to co-parent and all of this stuff. And instead of you staying put where a situation was great because you stepped out, and she didn't say that she stepped out because he did anything wrong. She said that she stepped out because she was influenced and she thought that it was something greater. And then she went on to say that social media is basically one of the linchpins that is getting women crashing out and is having them out here in these streets. And you don't want to be that. You don't want to be the other person that's on the side of this conversation that we talking about and that we using you as an example.
You don't want to be that like that, ladies. We talk about y'all every day. We talk about that woman on the other side every day. Y'all don't want to be like that. Some women don't give a fuck. They be like, I'm gonna do what I want. I could be like a nigga. I could do all that. I could do what a nigga could do. They really be pump faking. Bitches really be broke. Bitches really ain't independent. Can't do nothing for themselves. Something happened, they calling the policeman, the plumber man, most likely a man. The bitch, I hate when a woman be like, I don't need a man for nothing, but when something go down, it be a man that show up to their door to help them out. Shit don't make no sense.
And we illustrating how you for the streets, and you don't want to do that. That's the last thing that you want to find yourself in a situation for. But you would be surprised. You would be surprised how many people, how many women, how many idiots is out here looking stupid, and they not gonna find themselves in a good situation. But you want to test the waters. You want to go out there. You want to see it for yourself. Okay. And there's plenty of women that's in the same situation. Plenty of them that's in the same situation.
39, 3 kids, separated, getting divorced, and we still live together. And I just want to know, how do y'all do this? How do y'all do it? How do y'all do it? I had to start antidepressants. Wellbutrin is getting me through. Okay, it's getting me through. But I want tips and tricks on how y'all cohabitate together. Because people gonna tell you, the minute I get enough money to get an apartment, I'm the fuck out of here. I don't know how people do this. I don't know how y'all do it.
These people is wild, bro. Honestly, it's so, and I guarantee you that there are 1,000 people inside of these women's comments, guys that's licking they chops so that they can bust you down.
Mm-hmm.
And she talking about cohabitating. Fam, you got a roof over your head. You got 3 kids. You 39 years old. What do y'all think that's on the other? All right, let me ask y'all a question. Just genuinely. What do y'all think is on the other side of this? On the other side of the fence? What do you think? What do you think is waiting for you outside? Who do you think is going to come through? And what you think that's going to play out like? What do you think is going to happen? I'm genuine. I want to hear from y'all in the comments. I'd love to get y'all thoughts, because y'all for some reason think that is peace and all of this stuff. Being happy is a choice. Being accepting is a choice. Being a good mother is a choice, and being a good wife is a choice. And I'm telling you, you're going to get out there and it's going to seem like it's going to be free. Ain't nothing freer than going home to your nice crib, to your nice place where somebody actually loves you. Honestly. And you know me, I'm a huge advocate. Go and fix the situation with the person that loved you enough to give you their last name. Go and fix the situation with the person that loved you enough to give you that last name. A lot of times people, and I've heard it all. I've heard different conversations, different stories. A lot of people, believe it or not, they get into these situations and they forget that that's the person that truly loved you, and they forget about all of the great things that y'all did and all of the memories that y'all shared. And people are so quick to, and a lot of times it's also the people that surround you. If she feels compelled enough to talk about this type of stuff on the internet, don't think for one second that all of her friends, all of her families, that her support group and all of that stuff, that they are communicating and they are in her ear, and she's already poisoned them with the image of him. And so it's nothing that she can say to even come back. It might even be too late for them and for him and for her. And for what? What do you think is going to be waiting on the other side of that fence? Always like to link back to the content creators. And
Anton ain't say nothing wrong, y'all. He ain't say nothing wrong. What's on the other side? Besides, because what women we usually say, I need to go find myself, or I'd rather could do bad by myself and all that stuff. And then when they really show you bad, it look like they like, oh, hell no. Like, really, what's on the other side? It's because people still want to have fun. Like, people still want to just do what the fuck they want to do. They don't want to grow up. Like, once you grow up, or they don't really want to love. Like, once you love is a sacrifice, bro. Love is a sacrifice. It ain't just feelings. Like, it sound crazy. Love is not just feelings. It is actions. It is sacrificing. So, Like for real, you gotta sacrifice a couple things if you want to be with the person you really love, or I don't know. I ain't taking no disrespect. I'd be homeless before I take disrespect. So I was talking to somebody about settling the other day. They feel like they don't settle for nothing. I said, you sound crazy. Like, I don't know what's wrong with women. They be like, I ain't settling for nothing. I guess it's the way it sound. I be like, I ain't saying settle less than you, but I'm saying if he up here and you're down here, he don't want nothing to do with you. You gotta settle a little bit, like right here. You gotta settle with a nigga that's a little bit above you. I ain't saying go under you ladies. I'm saying like a little bit notches above you if it's like that. If you don't want to settle with somebody on your level or under your level, then I'm talking about a little bit above your level. If that nigga don't want you, you gotta face the facts. You gotta face the facts. You might have to go under your level. It's because you're not shit. You're not. You're really not. Like you're not special than the other woman. So some women don't like to hear that shit, but I'm Uncle Paulie here to tell you the truth. Like most niggas that y'all want is up there. You're down here. You expect for that nigga to lower his shit for your ass. No. I'm gonna continue doing what the fuck I want to do because I worked myself up here. You down there, whatever you know, because you wanted to do what you made your choices in life. I'm not about to come bring myself back down the ladder to please you. Hell no, bitch. That sound crazy. But guess who would? A nigga that love you. So when you catch them niggas that goddamn want to be with you and take care of you and your 4 to 6 kids and all them different baby daddies, you better fucking be happy. You better settle. It's how you better settle. It's settling. That nigga ain't putting his hands on you. He working a 9 to 5, a good guy. He might be a little lame, but he ain't doing none of that crazy shit, putting his hands on you, messing with your kids, none of that shit. Y'all better goddamn okay. I'm telling you, you don't want to die alone. You don't want to die alone. But some women do, and that's cool. Some women do, and they cool with that. It is what it is. Think you lonely now? Wait until tonight, girl. We keep going. Hold up now. But I'm about to go check on the kids, so I'll be back, y'all. Pausecast podcast over and out. Back with another.